everybody who's got arms to play with should be able to do this. Right? Move them in opposite directions. This is good for your brain, studies show. And it's amazing if you take a group of adults, even if they're sometimes like they do physical stuff, and it's amazing how many can't do it. So we'll learn how. The good news is walking, you're already moving your arms in opposite directions. So start with that motion. Start with this. But what you start to look for is most people will do this at first, where the one going behind, it's turning in. Look at my shoulder, it's going pop, right? And it's not going very far. So you start with a swinging motion like you're walking, but you start to make sure the one coming behind goes as high as the one in front. You let your torso turn quite a bit, and in each position it's thumbs up. Or you can think it's like you're giving somebody a hug, right? You wouldn't hug like this. You have to, your shoulder has to open. So on each side you're opening to this position. Yay. Exactly. You get much more hugs. If you're going like this, you won't get any hug attacks. So this is step number one. But the tough thing is it can be really hard to know whether your arm's getting to the height of your other arm, blah, blah, blah. So that's where it's good to have a friend. Karsten's going to help me with this one. And what your friend can do is your friend can stand behind you, meaning you don't need to look at your arms. You're going to try to swing your arms, and your friend will make sure that, because if you hit them if you're off your plants. So your friend will give you some feedback. So for instance, if you're going like this, your friend can show you where the height of the other hand is, and your friend can remind you, maybe by tapping your shoulder, that you're not opening your shoulders. So they'll coach you until you're moving like this. So they can give you feedback in letting your body turn, because if you're not turning your body, you're going to crunch your shoulders. And they won't last that long. Right? So you want to open this way, open, open, open. Until eventually they can be holding their arms, like Karsten's doing, and you're just brushing their arms. Right? And this is going to get you, it's going to develop your proprioception, which means your mind's ability to map the space around you so you can move through it the way you choose. Awesome. Thank you. So once this has become comfortable, you can go a little further, and then you're going to need 4 positions. You have soldier, open, hug towards the palm trees, rocket, which is not here, it's arms to ears, and T in the other direction. So you can also call it down, open, up, open. Down, right's behind, up, the left is behind. In the beginning, you need to really take a moment to make sure you're here and you're not going to here, but you're really coming straight up to here. And so you're going, and down's not in front, down's really at the thighs. So down, T, up, T. Down, T, up, T. Down, T, up, T. The next thing you learn is to turn with it, like so. And for that, once again, we need a friend. It really helps to have a friend for this. All you need is, oh, look, it's Tatiana. Awesome. So you find a friend who also wants to learn to move their arms and play with poi. As we open, we're going to follow the free hand. So it goes straight up. We really need to follow it. And you literally need to follow it with your eyes. So look at your hand, look at your hand, look at your hand. Watch it go through a huge circle. Eventually it'll get back to here. Then you can switch. Watch the other one go up through a huge circle, up through a huge circle. And I've coached a lot of people through this, and the moment they take their eyes off their hand, they go like this. They do all kinds of things. If you don't watch the hand that's going to go behind you, it'll be tough at first. So make sure you watch it. It goes up, around, until it's back here. Yeah. And you do it each side a few times. And once that side's flowing, you switch to the other side a few times. And then you switch each time. Open and around, open and around, open and around, open and around. Once up is working, you can do the same thing where, say, the pull hands come together, and now all hands go down. And again, follow the other hand through a huge circle. Do it again. And then we can switch. You always switch in a T. Down and around. Down and around. Down and around, until you can switch each time. Down and around. Down and around. Down and around. Down and around. Awesome. So once it's worked, it's basically working out. You can do it with a partner or just with your own imaginary space. You can stand up against the wall or an imaginary wall. One of your hands is always touching the wall. Hands go up through big circles. Switch up through big circles until you're doing this. Right? Or they can come down through big circles and down through big circles until you're doing this. This will be easier to figure out with friends. But if you don't have a friend, at least use a wall. And the wall, if you stand up to it, will make one of your hands go through good circles, meaning you only have to focus on the other one. That'll help a lot. So come back to this a few times. Don't feel like you have to get it in one session. And eventually you can stop here and you switch. Facing one way from the T, it's up through circles. Facing the other way, it's down through circles. And when you've got them both, you'll get to be able to do this. But we'll come back and talk more about that at another time, because that's getting pretty complex for one lesson series. So practice that, and we'll show you in a few more lessons how it applies to Playpoi.